Okay, so so it's another project day. Installing Power Watchdog today. Updated the calendar, make sure that we're staying on track. Got all of our reservations put in and significant dates and whatnot. So that got done. And also I redid our little tool section. So I'll show you that, but today is just all about getting things ready for the big trip. We're in a constant state of maintenance and preparation. And you know, the more you're in your rig, the more you fiddle with it and make things better for you. So anyway, come along today. We're going to take you with us. We'll just show you the cool stuff and how we're going to go about doing this, because I think we're doing it way different than anybody else has installed a Power Watchdog or any inline surge protector energy management system. Behind door number 2 here, that is our water heater, and it's also where the 50 amp connection comes into the trailer. So I'm thinking I'm going to take this panel right here off. I should be able to access the 50 amp cord, and I could splice right into that and mount the Watchdog right to this floor, maybe even to that panel right there. So I got to get this panel off. All right, got this panel off. That black cord is the cord that I need to splice into. There's your water heater. Okay, so that should allow me just to grab that 50 amp and yeah, splice right into that. Piece of cake. Okay, I bought 4 feet of 6'3" grounded cable there, or wire. So the plan is I'm going to go ahead and install it from the plug to the Power Watchdog, and then take the existing wire and run it to the out, which would go to the fuse panel. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I can't get to the fuse panel. But if there's ever a problem and we're out at a campground, I can at least disconnect the Power Watchdog, plug it right back into the plug, and at least have power for the time being. So that's the plan. And let's go get this thing put in. All right, so got the cable, and I am going to strip this down, get both ends prepped. That way when I crawl back in, all I got to do is insert on the plug side and insert on the Watchdog side, and we're going to be good to go. So there's 4 wires in there. Make sure when you buy it's 6'3" and get the 4 wire. You got power, neutral, ground, and whatever the other one is. Oh, you have 2 lines, two hots, a neutral and a ground. Okay, let's get going. Okay, got the wires stripped back on both sides. Now we're going to disconnect the back side of this. We'll put that into the back side. The cable that's coming out of the back side of that will go into the out on the Watchdog, and then we screw it to the floor. Everything's done at that point. While we're here, I did install the MORryde 50 amp spool. So that's screwed to the floor right here. So that's going to make wire management just a heck of a lot easier other than that. Okay, I took that entire wall panel off of there. I'll replace that. But this allows me to get in here and see what I'm doing. So here's the back side of that plug right here. This gets disconnected. Here's your 50 amp cord. And they've got it looped right here. And then that goes into the floor. And then that goes to the fuse panel. So what I'm gonna do is this 50 amp right here is gonna be my new out, and I'm going to put a new in. So the next step is to figure out where I'm going to put this thing. And I might just mount it right there. Okay, so I can't get this undone from the inside. I have to pull this off, pull this out, do the wiring, and then put it back in. So no big deal. Okay, so I've got the wiring. You got white, black, red, and ground. And the nice thing is on the plug, it's green. That's your ground, white, red, and black. It's almost Jerry proof. Okay, outside back in. That's good. I think I'm gonna put some silicone back behind here, but yeah, that's all wired. That's in. And that's on the back side right there. Okay, let's get things hooked up. You've got an in, you've got an out, and it even tells you your color scheme: green, red, white, black. Green, red, white, black. Out and in. And on the box itself, it's labeled. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I got this light right here. Yeah, right there it says out. And then, yeah, it's just these holes right here. You just screw it in. Then that's real important when we talk about in and out. The out goes to the RV. So that goes to the fuse panel. And the in is coming from your source. So that would be the pedestal. Yeah, make sure you don't screw that part up. That wouldn't be good. All right, now all we got to do is connect and get this thing buttoned up. Okay, it's hooked up, and as you can see, now we're going to go turn the breaker on inside. Now that we know that the Watchdog is working, and we'll take a look at that. All right, well, we have electricity, and nothing's blown up so far. We're good to go. Now I just got to clean up that stuff under there and we'll be good. Okay, we just got this whole area cleaned up. I'm about to put everything back in, but I also redid the wall there. And that looks really good. And nothing really goes back in that corner, especially since we put the spool here. So nothing goes back in that corner. So nothing's gonna bump into that. And if something does get near it, I might just install a little box or something around that. Looks good. Okay, everything is put away. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot back here. Trying to keep the weight down. Okay, so Power Watchdog been in now for 24 hours. Just a couple of final thoughts. We did go with the internal, as you saw. Why did we go with the Power Watchdog from Hughes Autoformer? Well, I'll tell you, when we had a Keystone Passport, we had the Power Watchdog for the 30 amp system. And when we bought the Montana, we went with just a run-of-the-mill surge protector, knowing that at some point we wanted to get a Hughes Autoformer Power Watchdog. Kind of waited. Finally, we got down to Tampa, and they were on sale down there. Yes, we paid for this with our own money. They did not send us one for free, and we're not making this video for them. Just wanted to show you how we did it versus the way everybody else seems to be doing it and tying in to their fuse panel. That weirded me out. I had no desire to mess with my fuse panel. It was a heck of a lot easier just to tie it in where we did right there at the plug. The distance to the fuse panel from the fuse panel, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. And so everything's working great. But just wanted to give you final thoughts on why we went with this. Number one, the Bluetooth on the app gives you all the information that you need to see what you're taking in, what's going out. And that's really important, especially since There's some campgrounds that are metering electric. This way you can prove what you're actually using. Like having the information, like the fact that I'll never have to replace this. If something ever goes wrong, you just replace the chip and you're good to go. And in all the time that we had our Passport, we never had an issue with the 30 amp power Watchdog. So anyway, that's kind of our final thoughts. What do you think about the way we installed it and all that? I've got lots of other projects that I need to get done today. So we'll see you next week.